again.
I think Na'Vi has the heroes to do this, though.
Okay.
And I think one thing that they've been kind of lacking in their drafting is they never give Seneko a hero that he can do good things with. He's a very talented player, and he's been playing Warlocks and other boring things and sitting in lane, covering the safe lane. Let this guy try to be Jarex. Let him get kills, let him cover lanes, and see if you can make something happen with that. I think that's the way to play this. And they have some other good synergy advantages. Dragon Knight's very good against Elder Titan because he gets passive armor from Dragon Blood that isn't reduced by the passive. They've got Troll as well as the other core hero. And they're both very right-click heavy, and they're both tanky, and they both got they got blind on Troll Warlord. I think that's going to be decent enough to deal with what Liquid's throwing at them damage-wise. And they're good pushing towers. That's pretty important.
That's true, yeah. No, they've certainly got the good push, and we'll see how this can all end up. See what happens in the lane, see if Na'Vi can get a bit of a better grasp on the early game. But I'm talking about the early starts. Liquid with the smoke, but Na'Vi do Seneko in a good position to put an end to that movement. So Na'Vi have eyes on what's happening. They're even thinking about fighting this themselves. They will get the slow onto GH. Seneko rolls forward, looks for the body blocks, will glimpse back the troll, the shards. Oh, that's actually going to save him. Is that going to save him? What a play from KuroKy. I can't quite believe that. What a Tusk play. I mean, he's got something ridiculous like 90% win rate over like 13 games, and that was perfect.
So all the morale that Na'Vi just got from scouting the smoke, having the guaranteed first blood, just gone. And now they're probably thinking about last game as well. Oh man, they outplayed us again. That sucks. And that was such a guaranteed kill. The most unfortunate part is the dual breath on Jakiro. It provided the slow breath, but not the damage breath. So that is the reason that he ended up surviving. In addition to the ice wall, but that was pretty much max range. He had to cast it there. So tough lane for them. It's actually going to be Jug in the safe lane and Lone Druid in the mid. Okay. Surprisingly, a little bit of a change up here, but.
So what matchup is this? Is it because Miracle, I guess, can deal better with this pressure? And he's got the Blade Fury. He's actually just going to try and man up. He's even looking to just go 1 versus 3 and take down Seneko. The Ferret Fire, will it buy him enough? He's looking for the dupes around the tree line. Will dodge the fire from Biver. Seneko, he's kind of rolled into this though. Miracle, he's salving up in the tree line. So Seneko though. They're both starting to heal back up. Miracle in a bit of trouble. Can Na'Vi finish off? Pikecat, he's trying to, but Pikecat's just being punched down by KuroKy and GH.
Okay.
But he does get the first blood. Na'Vi will secure it.
It was so sloppy. Oh my god.
I mean,
that was
Miracle
so
nearly
sloppy.
turned around 1 versus 3.
Yeah, but he should have died so easily. They missed a dual breath. And when Seneko did his roll, he didn't put his boulder down in time. So his boulder just didn't go far enough and fast enough. It was real bad, honestly. The fact that Pikecat even died for that shouldn't have even happened. And they just barely got the first blood before their opponents. That was so sloppy.
Looking at going in again onto Miracle. Pikecat relatively low. The shards, they're going to trap him in. And Miracle just goes in with the Blade Fury. Ferret Fire is not going to save Pikecat as he gets taken down a second time in this top lane. The surrounding Biver, Liquid, they're not done. They're looking for another kill out of this tri-lane, and they'll get it. Falling apart for Na'Vi already on the top lane.
Ugh. And this really shouldn't have happened if they just killed the Jug right at the start there with a nice play by Seneko. He baited it out with the Fairy Fire. That's not 2 Fairy Fires they've used in the lane, by the way. And because they didn't get the good trade there, less gold advantage for them. And their opponents have more to keep them alive. Boots advantage on Tusk.
General mind control, going man to man hit. I'm trying to be a little careful. Surge is there on General if he wants to go for an aggressive play.
Tough part for mind control is it's a long time till he gets healed. He went Boots first in his build here, and I think that was because he was expecting to be against the tri-lane, perhaps. Because I don't think I would want to buy Boots first if I'm against a Darkseer. But that said, he can also walk away from the Ion Shell if needed. It's hard to say, but he definitely has some regen issues that he's going to run into right now. Yeah. So probably a Darkseer advantage here.
Yeah, excusing kind of the performance that Na'Vi's had so far on that top lane, do you like their idea to try and go aggressive against the Jug, or do you think this is quite an awkward tri-lane to do it with?
No, it's a good tri-lane.
Okay.
They just messed it up. And now they're in dangerous territory. I mean, Juggernaut is definitely the better tri-lane hero over the Troll Warlord, but I feel like the supports on Na'Vi are better. Jakiro and Earth Spirit, very high HP, and you're up against Disruptor Tusk. Not the best damage output. And also the hero they're pressuring is Juggernaut, not the supports. I think pressuring the supports might be more effective. Those guys are going to be easily more killable. But Liquid in a great spot now. Disruptor level 3 as well, so he's got 2 points in Thunderstrike. That's just a huge damage output. So their ability to get kills is very high right now. And Miracle can just safely last it, because if things get really dangerous, all he does is spins and runs away. So the threat level is a lot higher the opposite way around.
That's certainly being able to slow down Miracle's farm, but he's still slightly ahead of Pikecat. PyCat, we saw that Thunderstrike pretty much taking half of his health off.
Yeah. Huge danger there. And now that the wave's pushing, Kuro's looking to do a nice path again. Grabs one.
Yeah, he's found Piver and Seneko. They're trying to bring him down a little bit first. The kickback, very nicely done there from Seneko. Kicks Miracle out of the way, rolls out. So they will be able to disengage. But we're seeing as well, just of course, with that healing ward, Liquid able to keep the sustain up that they need to stay in this lane.
Not sure if I agree with Jakiro's skill build here. He went for 1 dual breath and 2 liquid. I prefer 2 dual and 1 liquid personally, because it does lower the cooldown, but the damage doesn't go up by very much, and dual breath would double in terms of damage, which I think is easily worth it. And it only goes up in 5 mana cost. I think that's easily the snag here, and it's part of the problem with when people play Jakiro. They focus too much on liquid fire. You should still max it pretty early, maybe by 7 or 8, something like that. But 2 points in liquid early, absolutely not worth it. Unless they had advantage here and they're pressuring tower, I can't justify this. So I just feel like Na'Vi make a lot of little mistakes like this sometimes. And this one could cost them.
And Na'Vi are looking to try and wrap around, potentially get involved with this pull that's being made. A Miracle under the tower. Feeling very, very safe at the moment, at least. We'll start to see Seneko actually making a movement towards the mid lane. See if he can get anything done there between himself and Denzi. The mid lane, as it's been so far, both Matuma Man and Denzi getting a lot from this. And Matuma Man with a slight lead, but very, very close between the DK and the Lone Druid.
You know, it does make some sense that Seneko didn't roam mid, because killing Lone Druid level 1 is possible but difficult. You'd have to get there when Dendi's probably like 2, 3 maybe, and even that takes a lot of mobility and mana regen, so you can cast spells a lot. But now it's just even harder, because Lone Druid's already 6. That means he can bully Dendi a little bit.
Oh, talking about bullying Dendi here. The shards and Thunderstrike come through.
Oh my god.
Maybe seeing if you could get in a position to catch him, but it's unable. Mass reactions from Na'Vi. They bring everyone to the mid lane, and they're going to look to try and find a kill out of it. Seneko will get the Boulder Smash onto 3. The Snowball comes out, though, saving GH for the time being. GH very, very low, though, and Na'Vi, they will clean it up. They'll punish Liquid for this one. They look towards Kuroki. The Savage Roar. Is it going to be enough to save Kuro as Matuma tries to pull them away? The uphill miss. It was Liquid Fire going to connect it. Will. That can't miss. It gets the shot on. And Na'Vi will be successful with the reaction and punish Liquid for that play.
Is that, are we watching Power Rangers right now? Everybody TPs the same spot at the same time? My
God.
It
works out.
Like, everybody on Na'Vi rotated, and it works out. If they can get a kill on Matumba, this would be pretty good too.
Let's see what they got. Dendi's got to be careful. In range of the tower there was Glimpse back among it. Now Snowball's coming his way. Brings down the DK. Kuroki gets Dendi. Caught out. The shot's actually blocking Pyre as well. If they get a root, he's in a lot of trouble. The field will trap him, but Matuma Man can't commit. Very low on health. Has to play it careful.
Yeah, and he's actually a big damage dealer right now. 2 points in dual breath, 2 points in liquid fire. So anybody who gets close is actually extremely lowered in attack speed by like 72. That's a huge increase, or a huge decrease here. So it's actually pretty hard for them to fight Na'Vi right now. On the other side of the map, Mind Control is still getting levels, 39 last hits for him, 39 for General, but Mind Control does have 16 deny, so it's pretty safe to say he's winning this lane.
And what's the level difference like because of that? Well, level 7 on the Elder Titan, yeah, a whole level.
That's a big difference.
A whole level difference at the moment.
Huge amount. He's going to try to go for a dual breath here to Mind Control, but the approach was not the best.
They will get the Boulder Smash. He is underneath the tower, so Seneko is starting to tank it up, and Mind Control is very tanky on this Elder Titan.
This is just so sloppily done again. Like, the reason that General didn't even walk forward is because he didn't have enough mana. He didn't plan ahead. He didn't see his allies rotating. But they could have easily had Seneko rotate in, put Ion Shell on him, initiate at the same time. They didn't even get the rolling boulder damage because the time they initiated was sloppy. So they missed rolling boulder damage. They missed that slow. They're forced to only have boulder smash and dual breath. But that could have been heroes hitting him for a lot longer with Ion Shell on top of them if they just coordinated better. But they didn't. Now that rotation's wasted. It's a lot of wasted time for those supports.
Talking about rotations, Kuroki and GH, they've got eyes on PyCat. They will shard him away from any sort of potential shrine up. TP reactions will be coming through. They'll see if they can turn this. Boulder Smash catches out Kuroki. PyCat is going to be taking a snowball to him as Kuroki closes the gap. Miracle looking to find General on the sidelines of this, but the surge is too much. General gets himself away. PyCat in range for another Thunderstrike, and in fact, Kuroki says, I'm not even going to let you get the kill, GH. I'm taking that one. Secures the kill. Oh, Miracle! With the crit to the back, General can't surge away for that one. Can Seneko punish Miracle's play for this? He's got Blade Fury in 5 seconds. He does have a TP in his backpack. He's looking to get the Tango out first. TP would still be on 6-second cooldown. Backup's on its way. Pyke looking for the slow, but he gets instantly glimpsed back from GH. So there's no chase down for Miracle, and Miracle will survive.
This is an insane gold advantage for 8 minutes. 2.8k. This is like It's actually huge. Considering that the kills are semi-equal, this is just speaking to something really bad for
Let's see if
Na'Vi.
Dendy can get something out of this. He's come away from the mid lane, but oh, the shards into the snowball up to the high ground. KuroKy gets himself away. We'll take quite a bit of damage here from the creeps,
Yeah.
but a neat little play to escape potential death.
Ooh, and 2 raindrops denied. Effective play there. That's going to put it into the backpack for Kuro until the end of time, until he finishes his urn, so doesn't want to waste his gold there. But just across the map, Liquid is getting way more out of their map. The Darkseer was doing fine, but this is just because the supports are spending time rotating. There's been a lot of fighting going on, and it limits their gold farm.
This is a nice kill if they get it, but in fact, Mind Control just turns. Oh, the mischance from the Axes there, saving Biver just in time.
Late again.
Jukes out the dual breath. Continues to back away. Pycat, can he get the bash?
Oh
He can.
my God.
And that should be enough for them to close in and get the kill. The stick charge is not enough, as Na'Vi will find Mind Control.
That was so lucky, actually. That was a 10% chance to bash, and he happened to get it there. I didn't see how many times he let up, but Biver didn't turn fast enough. As soon as the Axes hit, I mean, maybe he should have kept running, but it's a 60% chance to miss. I feel like you turn there, you dual breath, and you get out. Because once you dual breath that guy, he's slowed, your troll can get way more attacks in, and it's a guaranteed kill. Just Na'Vi, again, making little small mistakes. They're not reading the situations perfectly. And it might be a little bit of all the losses they've had. I'm sure they've lost a lot of confidence from the tournament so far.
Mid lane as it goes, Dendy. It's about 800 behind Matuma Man, and this is a gap that's going to increase once Matuma gets a, already. What are we looking at there? How's he doing? The
He's got
Midas is
already,
there.
yeah.
He's got, what, 600 on top of it. Once he's got the Midas Radiance going, it's going to be very hard for the DK to keep up in farm unless Na'Vi are able to pull together and start to take the towers, which they definitely have potential to do with the DK and the Jakiro. That's where they're looking to keep the pressure on.
And they're looking to dive on the bot lane as well. Tuska's sitting down here with Mind Control. They've got Earth Splitter as well, so if he actually gets a good block off, they could follow this up with some more damage. It's going to be a little hard to execute, but there's potential there. And in the meantime, the rest of Liquid is just pushing up the top lane, pressuring that tier 1. Matuma Man's playing really safe with the bear in the mid lane. He's totally anticipating a gank because there's been a lot of heroes off the map, and they're going to spot Biver now. So this may see, they see the smoke rotation most likely. Yep, they ping it.
KuroKy's eyeing up Pycat still on this bottom lane. They'll know that he's relatively alone.
Still a very difficult kill to succeed on, but they'll try. The dive's going to come mid. GH is going to block this one, I guess.
They are going to move, look, up to the high ground. They find GH, but the silence there, they don't want to commit Na'Vi. It's too deep.
Yeah.
Bottom lane, though, Liquid, they are committing. They'll get the sleep and the control into the Elder Titan ult, and Pycat's down. Snake with the response. Can he get something out of this? He'll get the Boulder Smash onto 2, but he doesn't have the damage to finish off Mind Control. Mid lane, Na'Vi, Dendy, General getting caught in the kinetic field. Miracle wrapping around with the Blade Fury. Dendy being brought down low. They'll try and surge him away. In fact, the Savage Roar pushes him out of the static storm, but they will bring him back with a glimpse. So they get the kill onto Dendy. General trying to finish off Miracle, vacuums him back. Miracle falling low. Can he get himself out of this one? Biver looking to man up against this Miracle, pots the Blade Fury, and he lives through the Iron Shell because of the magic immunity. Takes down the Darkseer, and if he gets a crit or two, he could just find Biver, but he's got to be careful. The fire's out upon him. He heads his way back up to the high ground. It looks like he will survive. The roost there from Matuma Man ends up getting the Biver kill. And Na'Vi, they just can't catch a break.
They're just completely outplaying their opponents. Miracle saw his stick charge. They're going to catch Pycat as well.
Oh, can they finish him off? Oh, yeah, Miracle's coming back over. They have a snowball. They've got the Walrus Punch slow as well. KuroKy will now look for the body blocks. Miracle coming in with the Blade Furies. KuroKy tries to block him up. Pycat will phase through, but the shards are there. Pycat blocked in, taken down. Biver now being surrounded by Liquid as they take another. And it is fastly falling apart once again for Na'Vi. 12 minutes in. 12-6 and 5K lead.
Their healing wards are dying to old age. They're not even being killed. That's how far behind they are right now.
Just every single dive is mattering, and every slightly missed kill adds up. Like, if Earth Spirit has one more successful gank when he goes bottom, he kills the Elder Titan when they end up diving the Troll. But that didn't happen. Elder Titan gets away, they're forced to do another engagement, but that doesn't end up being successful, and it just keeps adding up, and consistently it's just Na'Vi getting outplayed.
Liquid, I mean, and Liquid just playing so well. Liquid are playing incredibly so. What I'm incredibly worried about as well, he's 2.8k towards the Relic. If he gets Radiance Matuma Man at this timing that he's looking like he's going to, how do Na'Vi even fight into a Radiance bear this early on with the lead the Liquid have?
I don't know, but I know one thing's for sure. We are going to see a tweet from a stats man when this Radiance gets completed, because it's going to be that fast. It's going to be close to a record, 100%, especially because he has Midas as well. Like, normally this comes out like 18 minutes, and we're looking at like a 16-minute timer or something like that. Maybe a little bit later.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be
great
quick.
position for Liquid
Unless
right now.
Na'Vi can somehow punish Matuma Man. If they can find him, catch him out. Bottom lane Tower Gold is certainly going to help towards that Radiance Fund as Mind Control. Miracle push in. Na'Vi will look to try and get a trade of swords. They're up onto the top lane, looking for a tier 1 themselves.
They're definitely good at hitting towers. I mean,
for sure.
between Liquid Fire and Dragonite, they don't even need creep waves, actually. This is where Liquid Fire really starts paying off, but I'm just thinking about the last 14 minutes of fights and wondering if he could have used more Dual Breath, maybe.
Oh, look at this wraparound here that found Pycat. I think Pycat's in trouble. The Static Storm's down. He's going to be glimpsed back into the field. Perfect play just on the tip there from GH. And Pycat getting caught out alone.
Yeah, looked like a weird Static Storm, but he just predicted Pycat to move back into neutrals to grab farms. So ends up working out fine. Glimpse guaranteeing that, and another kill. So many deaths for him.
Attempting to just A-click down this top lane, and it's working for the time being. Tier 1 tower, they're getting a good bit of pressure onto the tier 2. Same time, though, mid lane, Liquid, they're pushing onto a tier 2 themselves. They'll find GH, Seneko drops the magnetize, they will secure themselves the kill. Trapped in the field, but there's no one else TPing in. So Na'Vi maintaining good control of this top area of the map, and it looks like they may just finish off the tier 2 as well.
Yeah, this feels like the first time in the game they've actually accomplished something really effective. They're losing by a lot, but they just took 2 towers. It means that this jungle is pretty much theirs. And they had supports in position to spot a rotation through. So now that things are equalized a little bit, it comes down to, the instant root on our Spirit.
The first hit root from Matuma Man getting Seneko. Anyway, can roll out of this one in time. The ult's going to fly through. Bam! Beautifully on target there from Mind Control. And yet Na'Vi may have got the tier 1 and the tier 2 top, but they've lost the tier 1 and the tier 2 bottom, and the tier 1 and the tier 2 in the middle lane.
Yeah, so even though they do get some towers, the trade is not amazing. I mean, ideally, Na'Vi would do well in their tri-lane. They would push this advantage earlier with some ganks. They would group up and push towers, and don't let Liquid take them in response, ideally. But they never even got to that position because of the gold disadvantage. So even though they did get all these towers, it does open the map, but it doesn't give them the gold advantage that they need to offset this.
So Radiance, 15 minutes and 40 seconds.
That is so fast. And he sent his bear back to instantly get it as soon as it was ready. And when it's time, he's going to pull it on out and bring it to the fight.
Top lane, Dendi's got the blink. Will look to open up onto Miracle. See what they can do about this. Dragging him back into the wall. Can he get out? Pops the healing wall. Not enough. Na'Vi get a big pick off and a great reveal from Dendi's blink dagger. Liquid, they are going to try and fight without Miracle. Dendi goes for the TP out. It will be successful. Oh, no, he actually cancelled and goes for the blink. Was worried about the TP being cancelled.
He got glimpsed. And as soon as the glimpse went through, he blinked away. So Dendi should be able to survive here. They're going to lose the Darkseer, but pretty good rotation. Pycat's actually up here instantly with the Vlads. I think he definitely wants to fight this, and they've got rotations coming.
Let's see if Dendi and Pycat could do anything about this. Obviously, Dendi without TP, there's actually going to be a buyback from General. He knows that he's got to be here for this fight, that Dendi and Pycat are going to be forced into the snowball, dodging the ball of Seneko. The boulder smash, beautifully timed though, comes in, catches the 3 of them out of the snowball. Biver has lost his life. The Static Storm will be down, but Na'Vi, they're out of it. They take GH, they take Kuroki. Matuma Man still looking very healthy. The Radiance Bear forcing the rest of Na'Vi to back off. Mind Control hiding in the trees. But Na'Vi, they do get the kills out of it. General did have to buy back, though, for that.
But most of that problem was just on Kuro. The fact that he brought every single one of his heroes with him in the snowball, and the fact that the person the snowball went after was very fast. Troll Warlord opting for more points of Berserker's Rage, extra movement speed there, and he gets out to the right, and it led to the easiest stun setup ever, which means that Navi's less leveled skills got more value, and they end up winning a fight. So that was a huge team fight, by the way. That's like a 2,000... 3,000
I mean, any time their team is behind as much as that, any sort of fight like that is going to be a huge boost for them.
And finally, Na'Vi finding some ground a bit.
Miracle has nearly got that Manta Star, though, so it's only going to be an issue for...
No more silence problems, basically. And
a
little bit harder for Dragonite as well to figure out which guy to stun, but the Blink Dagger that Dendi picked up, absolutely needed, because winning the fights is the only way that Na'Vi's going to get back in this game. So I did like their movement there. Even the buyback was worth. So... Liquid grouping up, heading towards the mid lane, going to try to get a catch here, but...
It's going to be a little point there, glimpse of the kinetic field, but it does get the vision for Kuroki to close in. Pycat stuck in the shards, the Radiance Bear ticking him down, he's gone. Boulder Smash, the vacuum wall for General, is it enough though? They're walking out, and at the end of the day, it's the ultimate from Mind Control that's even bigger. Catches 3 of them, he's going to look to punch down Biver. They've lost 3, Na'Vi having to back away. General pops the mech, surges out of there, but they're going to look to chase. They've got Dendi with the snowball. They need a route, they're not going to get it. Dragon Tail holds back the bear, but the shards from Kuroki hold Dendi in range, and Liquid will finish off a 4th.
Yeah, that was not the ideal start of the fight for Na'Vi. I mean, There's no kinetic field, I guess, but it was Trolldyne right at the start. They didn't have Magnetize. If they did, that fight would have been different when all of those heroes were grouped up, but no Magnetize just yet. They can reinitiate. They're going to respawn real fast, and they're up, but the Rax is already gone.
I mean, this stage of the game, 18 minutes in, and we saw in that fight as well, it was a really nice vacuum wall, but Na'Vi just kind of tunnel visioned in, and they just lined up perfectly for an Earth Splitter from Mind Control, and then the fight, once you've been Earth Split, you just got to go. And Vlad's done now on him, and they've caught General in the shards. He is stuck, trying to get himself out of it somehow, but the snowball comes across him, flattens the Darkseer. Pycat gets glimpsed back into the Static Storm. He just gets ripped to shreds as well. 22-11, 19 minutes in, 13k gold lead. Liquid with 1 racks up, already looking for a second. And unfortunately for Na'Vi, I feel like this final game has pretty much been their toughest one. This is just absolutely brutal. Liquid with some of the best play in the world, no holding back, and GG is indeed called as Na'Vi tap out and Liquid take this series with not even a smile on their face.
Literally no emotion. I mean, they were in such a big advantage. I don't even know if they knew how far ahead they were from the laning stage.
I think they did.
It felt fairly stabilized.
There's a smile. We can always rely on GH to have a bit of a smile. There we go. And a bit of a smile there. But